Hey guys, and welcome back. Rise here, and sorry I haven't uploaded a video in a long time, guys. I've been away on vacation for a little while with my family, so sorry for not uploading anything in a long time. And well, today I just wanted to show you what I've been working on in my spare time. Oh gosh, sorry. What I've been working on in my spare time. Over the past month or so, I want to say. It didn't take me a month to make this because I haven't really worked on it much recently. It only took me like 2 days or 3 days to make what I have here. Um, but basically, the idea was I wanted, since I do enjoy game making and that sort of thing, I wanted to create a game world and test out my ability to create an environment that conveys listener emotion and stuff like that. I think I've done pretty good. This is, oh, like here, I do have a lot of things rendering at once. It doesn't play very laggy, but I do have, like I said, I do have a lot of things rendering at once here. So, this is, ignore the flat top mountain, you can tell that while you're actually in the game. But, the name of the game is Explore, just because it's a simple exploration-based game, where this probably won't be the only area, this will probably be one of several, where really the whole idea of the game is to just go around and see what there is to see, I would almost say like marvel at the beauty of what you're seeing, but yeah. I'll show you what I have done first. There's going to be a lot more to come. So, like, cause it's rendering a lot of stuff at once. This grass covers the whole everything pretty much. Waves in the wind looks very nice. Trees, these are stock trees for now. I'll probably change them into something better a little bit later. And where is... It is a fantasy game, by the way, just saying. Um, where the crap is... Oh, there he is. The player is the... Oh, really? The player is default Unity first player, but slightly modified. I always make the hitbox a little bigger so you can't, like, turn your camera while pressed against a wall and see through the wall. I'm sure many of you have noticed that in cheaper Unity games where you can just look through objects, and I hate that. It completely breaks immersion in me. But I know these trees don't really, like the color of the leaves and stuff doesn't really fit with everything else, but I thought it looked pretty decent, and like I said, I'll probably change it into something else after a little while. As I already said, it is a fantasy game, so I have lots of fantasy type scenery, like lots of magical ruins and stuff to explore. Speaking of which, here we have a sort of almost like druidic, not really druidic, like just a circle here of rocks around a stone slab, and nothing too special about that. I just kind of like how it's in a grove with the sunlight coming down. You can actually see the open sky. That thing is a pain to find when you're walking through the forest. And by the way, I know this terrain doesn't look that big, but to be honest, it is freaking massive when you're walking around in it. Like, it is just huge, and I really like that. It makes it seem more realistic to me that things are fairly far away. But I kind of want to make a run function, but I'll work on that between videos. I have this thing here, which I'll show you while I'm actually walking around. Basically, just a stone pillar. I'll get to later, but for now, I have the two, like, runestone type things up, like, and I also have this, which is actually waterfall, and a very cheap water system that I created in, like, a couple minutes, because couldn't really think of anything else to do. It bounces up and down slightly. Can walk right through it, and you end up just seeing like this, which kind of sucks. I'm probably going to add an underside to it, and maybe I don't know, like, I'll just improve on the water system as I go. Right now it's kind of terrible because the free version of Unity does not come with water or anything like that. That rock right there is a waterfall. Oh, I forgot to mention, there are going to be some for this game. I'm only showing you a very small amount of stuff that I've done right now, like, because I only have a very small amount done. Like, yeah, over here, there's actually a little cottage that I assembled. Down here, fireplace is actually on fire when you're playing the game. I know the textures are stretched and everything, but it's an experiment. And a large amount of smoke actually does come up out of there. And actually, come to think of it, that's really all I have right now. That will be a volcano eventually, but I'm not 100% sure as to how I'm actually going to do that because Unity only renders particles from a certain distance. And, you know, performance issues aren't always a thing you have to take into consideration when creating a game. So, yeah, I do wish that, I know it's a lot of entities to render, but I do wish that the grass render distance was a lot farther on Unity. Unfortunately, it's not a lot. Yeah. And I'm not going to go through and replace all this grass with prefabs or anything like that, because that would just be a pain. I might at some point, but I highly doubt that I will. And let's get into the game. I kind of want to keep this video kind of short, because I want to upload several videos today because of the fact that there we go. It's not too bad frame rate. Like I said, default Unity person controller. Can't see into the trees. There is a certain type of, since all these trees are technically randomly generated, there are certain trees that you can, at least they were randomly generated when I first, yep. There are certain trees that you can barely walk into because of the way they were generated. It bends out of the hitbox, because the hitbox doesn't generate with the trees. I already showed you guys that you don't need to see the clearing, even though it does look really cool. Find a way out of the forest. This forest can be really disorienting, but it is awesome when you actually do manage to find something in the forest. And I'll probably have a couple pathways or like a little area with a fallen tree or something. Over here, this is actually really cool. I'm really proud of this because I really do like how this part turned out. You can see the smoke off in the distance, the frozen in place smoke. You may notice that slightly better audio quality now because of I'm using Audacity to record instead of Bandcam, and I just realized I forgot to turn off audio recording for Bandcam, so performance is not optimal, but I will fix that later. Okay, this is, I really like this little clearing of grass and everything. I made the model for the obelisk myself, and got that spinning cool thingy on there. I need to replace that with something better. Well, not really, maybe not better, but I just feel like I need to replace it at some point because it is it is a highly edited version of the old Nexus thing from Minecraft mod called Ars Potato, I think it was. But don't worry about that. I'm gonna change it before I ever have a full version of the game released. I was actually just working on that. So yeah. So you have your smoke here that takes. Oh, it is actually moving. Okay, I thought it wasn't moving. That was still frozen in place. But yeah. One thing I need to fix with this house is in order to get in. One thing I need to fix with this house is I actually need to, um, like, in order to get into it, you have to jump, and when you do, you go through that, and I don't want people to see that, so I need to fix this step here. Make like a little ramp. Okay, why can you just go through this thing? Well, this house was just very recently made. I need to fix a lot of stuff with it. Little fireplace looks really nice in my opinion, but yeah, that was the little cottage that I built. I think it turned out fairly decently. Different type of trees here. You can see the particles in the distance over there acting very strangely. That's because I used a prefab, or not prefab, prefab particle emitter called Waterfall and Water Splash for crap, what was it called? It's stock with Unity is what I'm trying to say. It's so weird how when you come within range of the trees, they like turn towards you because they're sprites. I hate that about Unity, and unfortunately that's not something I can easily fix. Oh gosh, it's creepy, but it's hard. It can be hard to notice if you're not looking for it. You may just notice something moving, and that's about it. And I'm gonna have to do a whole soundscape of stuff for this game, like chirping birds, footsteps, sound of feet on grass, walking on grass. I might just do like a general footstep sound. Sprint feature. To be honest, I have a whole mess of things I do eventually want to do with this game, and I'm thinking of probably not keeping it a solely exploration-based game forever. Like, I feel like once I actually learn how to do menus and stuff, because honestly, right now, I barely learned how to do anything with Unity. Once I learn menus and buttons and GUI and all sorts of that good stuff, then I will probably make it more of a RPG type thing. Well, more of just a fantasy game type thing. Probably a puzzle game. So yeah. That thing over there, pain to get spinning. If you saw the circle was spinning on the thing, and I didn't stop by it too long for royalty reasons because I believe they do have a copyright on that. Maybe, probably not actually, because it's just a Minecraft mod image, so I don't think they actually do. And no. I don't know. Like I said, it's just temporary. So this came out kind of nicely. The water bobs up and down, sort of interestingly. As you can see, the waterfall is going right through the water, which looks pretty pathetic to me, and there's water splash and everything. What I think I'll do is give those particles physics, make them collide with the plane, so that, well, thing is, I'm not 100% sure on how to do that because I don't want this plane here that's bouncing up and down. By the way, for my animations and stuff, I use iTween. Look it up, plugin. It works really well for like animations and stuff, like opening doors and all sorts of different things that are a pain to do with C++ and JavaScript that you can just do really easily with Unity. So there you go. Yeah, it's kind of pathetic being underwater here. I should really wrap this up because this video is getting kind of long and I have quite a bit of editing to do now that I actually record audio with Audacity. Hope that worked out well because I don't want to re-record this video. I have re-recorded a lot of videos because of lost audio, but I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this water. I kind of want to see if I can make the player not collide with it, but still make those particles collide with it, but I don't think that's a thing I can do easily, at least. I mean, I'm sure it's something I can do, but I'm not the greatest at working with Unity, as you can easily tell. But no, the water just works fairly well for what I want to use it for. The texture isn't great, and stuff like that. But overall, I feel like I have succeeded in my mission to create the feel I was trying to go for, which is just having this vast open world in front of you for you to explore. And eventually I'll have like underground caves, dungeons, probably no enemies, not only because, oh yeah, I'm also going to remove those trees because I don't like that you can see under them while walking up the hill. Come on, let me out of here. Dang it. Anyway, so, okay, back on the water, sort of. Oh, I keep forgetting the controls aren't inverted because I play with inverted controls for some reason. And now my phone's going off, so I have to wrap up this video. That was Explore. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next video.